God, commercials on my own fucking thing. I hope there's music playing. Yeah, there's music playing. I hope I'm heard. Yeah, I'm heard. I'm hope you're heard. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. I just realized that we got advertisement because I don't subscribe to myself, of course. So I got to see just ad play in the beginning. I was like, what the fuck? Um, what's up? I'm Nostradamus. That's Hammer Venus. Wait, the other way over here.
Other
Hammer
way.
Venus. Rachel. Rachel, say hi.
What's up, everybody?
That's right. And we're back, and it's a different night. It's Monday night. Monday night machine room. I was gonna say
Kind of
Monday
like,
night podcast, but
kind of like Monday Night Football, but we don't play football.
yes, and kind of like Monday Night Raw, but we're not wrestling.
Yes. No. But we could.
So Monday night talk,
Yes.
Monday night talk in the machine room. Wait, what do I raise up? Do I raise up this one? I guess whatever. It's and yes. So as you can see from my thing, you get this wide angle over here. This is not the for some reason some fucking like something's not working out for some reason. So this is not the cam that she sees. This is another cam that only you guys see because it's the cam that will only work, not that cam. It's a lot of
Oh,
logistics.
wow. I
You
see
see
it
it?
now. Yeah, you look like you're hosting something from MTV.
I know, right? It's the lighting. It's all the lighting. But trust me, if the lighting wasn't here, you'll notice that it's just a big fucking mess. Also looks like I'm a fucking DJ. You know, like what's up, everybody? What's
It
Asset
does.
good?
exposure.
What?
It's a pretty good setup. I mean, you know, it works. Whatever, and shit like that. So, yes, it's a Machine Room podcast. Doing it on Monday because my ass cannot do Sundays anymore.
Because
I
of work.
at work. My newest schedule, they this my company, the newer company that I went to, decided to add another contract, and this flight from Portugal, basically Portugal Air kind of shit. I don't know, but it's called TAP for some reason. Um, this flight comes in the evening and doesn't leave until it doesn't push out of the fucking gate until like 10:20.
Wow.
Yes, so I don't get home till like 11.
Wow.
11 plus, you know, depending on cleanup and whatever shit like that. So yeah, that my first day of that is, and I knew this was gonna happen because they didn't acquire more people. So they were all talking about like, oh, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna get more people. Then we're gonna have like a morning. We're gonna have two shifts. You know, blah blah. There's no morning flights or whatever. Oh, but before I keep going, shout out to Dre Pitts, D Player, Mr. MJ for being here, first time chat. Love you guys. Thank you guys for coming here and joining us in the Machine Room podcast. Definitely first timers. Trust me, you're gonna dig this, and I'm sure for you guys too, first time. So like you all to say hi to Rachel, them.
What's up, everybody?
That's right, and you guys should give big thanks to Rachel because those MWE t-shirts come from her.
And the
She's the one
website.
that made those t-shirts that you guys are wearing and sporting out there. So going back to my situation, they said they were gonna have two shifts. They didn't get no people, so my mindset was like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna end up doing these flights. We're all gonna end up doing these flights, and that's what happened. They scheduled us all to do these flights, and I'm okay with it. It's only like 3 times of the week so far, and I'm only doing 2 days of the week. So I'm there literally from noon all the way to fucking 11 o'clock,
Jesus.
just working. There's a little
That,
break in between, but whatever.
that's a long ass day.
It is a long ass day, but it is what it is. Again, the job is easy. It just takes a toll on you. And hoping money looks good at the end. That's all I gotta say for myself. But because of that, couldn't do it last night. So we're doing it tonight because at least these days I get out by like 6:30,
There you
get home by
go.
by 7, and I'm able to do these things. I apologize for burping. Uh we're here in the machine room. It is Monday, and we want to talk the biggest news. This is like devastating news, okay? People are walking down the streets, they're having discussions with each other. It's funny because I'm looking at this cam, but I know this is the cam that's actually live.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at you, and every time I look over here, I notice. Okay, so I'm gonna try to focus over here. No disrespect to you. It's not like I'm dissing you. It's just it's over there.
I can
Um,
see you either way.
all right, cool. So this is the talk of the town. Everybody, I mean, I'm just minding my own business in a freaking bathroom stall, and I got people coming up to the thing. They're knocking on my stall, and I'm like, I'm busy. And they're like, no, we gotta talk about this. Is really serious. Netflix shows being canceled, CW shows being canceled. People are fucking going, losing their minds, turning over tables. What's with all the cancellations? Let's talk. Rachel, talk to me. What's up with these cancellations?
Well, the biggest ones, the one that has the most cancellations is from Netflix. And it's because Netflix is down like 200,000 subscribers. They said it's the lowest it's been in like over a decade. So they're freaking out. They're canceling shows left and right. I'm looking at a list right now. It almost takes up the whole screen. And I don't know if some of these shows ended on their own volition, but I know a lot of them are canceled because they no longer have the funding for them,
Well,
such
that's what they
as
get for
Space
canceling
Force.
Cowboy Bebop, them bitch asses. Continue.
I'm still mad about Cowboy Bebop, but Space Force was a big one that people liked, and that got canceled.
Let me put my 2 cents about Space Force. Okay, I too watched this show, right? The first season wasn't what I expected. I thought it would be like some kind of office type kind of shit, whatever stuff. For very comical, it was a comical show. Yes, it was, but it was still in drama, So it was like a
Yeah.
dramedy kind of shit. It was good though. I was into the story. I was into the characters. John Malkovich was cracking me up. You had Ben Schwartz, who's the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog right now in the show, cracking me up. It was a good story. Of course, Steve Carell carrying the show. Then comes season two, and season two, which I find out later, not now, was kind of felt like revamped, where it focused more on the comedy bit, and I was cracking my ass up, but also into the story, into the show. And then it left you at a cliffhanger, and now I'm hearing that it's got canceled. Period. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I found I thought it found itself finally where it was a good medium
hmm
between drama and comedy. It was like very funny this season. And then they just decided to cancel it. And I feel that's a loss. I think they could have kept going with it. But it seemed like what I didn't know was a show that couldn't find itself or something like that, I guess.
Yeah. The others are Grace and Frankie, The Crown, Ozark, which I've been meaning to watch.
Wait, that
Um,
got canceled?
yeah.
I thought it just ended.
It may have just ended. They don't say if they just ended or they got canceled. They're just saying they're over.
Yeah, I think that one ended because I actually saw like Jason Bateman like tweet about it and say like, how do you enjoy the finale of this? So I think Ozark actually had its run,
Okay.
but
Well, that's good. That means I can go and watch it regardless.
exactly.
Um, Dead to Me, Gentrified, Cooking with Paris, The Babysitter's Club, Archive 81, and then, of course, Space Force.
I think Archive 81 is something I wanted to check out. That was like a sci-fi collection,
hmm
like an anthology kind of show.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
about that too.
yeah, it's on my list. Here's the thing, right? People are leaving Netflix because, as the room is saying here, they're canceling all the good stuff. They're not gonna cancel Cobra Kai because that's just like
That's their
that's
bread and butter right there.
yeah, that's guaranteed hit right there. They're not gonna cancel Cobra Kai.
No.
Here's the thing that never gets me, and I keep defending it. To me, Netflix is people say it doesn't offer anything. And to me, I say it offers way too much. You know what I'm saying? Not I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that like there's so much there for me to watch, period, like on my list. And I don't it's not like it's not like I don't want to watch anything. It's just like I don't there's so much to watch. I don't know what to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's overwhelming. They
Yeah.
have so much stuff that, like, especially their original programming, it's so overwhelming that you can't, like, comprehend or choose what you want to watch right away. Um, I still like HBO Max more because they have more stuff that I actually want to see.
See, that's what everybody's saying. HBO Max is the streaming service right now. And I guess I could see that. HBO Max does have its pinnacle of its own shows to watch. Like
hmm
they have their shows. They're all hits. I
I
get that.
found I just found out last night that they had Mary Shelley's Frankenstein on there. I was like, cue that shit up. Let's watch it right now.
Okay, when it comes to movies as well, yeah, because HBO was always it's in the name, the home box office. You know, it's like they
Yeah.
have the hits. They always did have the hits when it came to cable shows. Your movies were premiered on Saturday nights on HBO.
hmm
Cinemax and Showtime will try to get these movies, but they never got first dibs. It was like always HBO that had the movies. So yes, in that sense, and also when it comes to like movie, like right now they have the Batman on lock. You know, that's
Oh yes, and I've already watched it like 3 times.
you see that, so that's like money right there. But I also feel like Netflix has its stuff. It has its own stuff. There's a lot of Netflix movies that are really good and they're staple. I haven't seen any of the new ones, like the Ryan Reynolds ones or this comedy one called The Bubble or but they have shows like they have Russian Doll season 2 came out. I still haven't watched it, but I'm excited to see that.
I
I don't
finally
know. I just feel
watched
like
Squid Game, which everybody told me to watch, and I fucking loved it.
yeah,
And
right?
they left
Welcome
it
to the
for
club finally.
like there was gonna be another season, so I really hope they bring that one back.
That one is coming back because that one is money. But that's also the case. I find it hilarious people are leaving now when this summer Stranger Things 4 is coming and
Yes,
everybody wants to watch that.
I cannot wait for that.
So you telling me those people that left are they gonna come back then just to watch that and then leave again, or they're gonna be
Probably.
they're gonna bootleg it?
How can you bootleg that show? It's so good. You want to give it credit and ratings and stuff, so they'll keep making it or making other stuff like it.
People don't care when it comes to bootleg, man. They just want to say something. They don't give a shit about supporting and whatnot. I'm all about like, hey, support the thing. But you know, that's I'm not leaving. That's for sure. I still use Netflix like crazy. I on a daily. It's not something I'm gonna leave. It's sad that they are losing money. I understand why they raised the prices because they using a lot. They're paying a lot for the production of these movies. You gotta
hmm
think about it. They made movies with Charlize Theron, Chris Hemsworth, Ryan Reynolds, The Rock. These are big time people. They were making movies and releasing them during the pandemic. These are like movie theater worthy releases that we got at home.
I think my problem with all that is that they don't advertise. Like if they had movie previews or TV previews like on TV to get you amped up for the shows, because like I never hear about something coming out. It's always like, oh, these things just randomly popped on Netflix, and there's some, $32 million movie with Ryan Reynolds that you never heard of. So it doesn't get you excited to watch it. I think that's the problem. If they advertised more and had some kind of previews to get you excited for what's coming out, I think they would get more subscribers.
So are you saying that within your own Netflix algorithm that you're not being advertised, or you're just saying that within the internet itself?
I'm saying that they don't advertise before something comes out, really. I mean, they'll have stuff like you'll get a notification for something every now and then, but I'm saying like put advertisements on TV that these movies and TV shows are coming out so that people would want to watch them.
It's funny you say that because there is a rumor that Netflix would have ads added now or ad service added now.
Really.
Mm-hmm. So if that happens, will you be happy that they're cramming these shows in your face before something?
As long as it's something good and I get excited about the preview, then I'll watch it.
I
But
know
just
depending
having
on your
something,
algorithm, you'll be shown like, hey, this is gonna come out, or this, and
yeah,
that, or you might also like this. Or if you check like what's coming soon, I usually do that sometimes. I'll check the coming soon
yeah,
category and just see, and I'm like, oh shit, and I put that remind me, you know. uh other times I find out about these movies because of the online, because they say, hey, look, this one's coming out and this one's coming out, and then I also check what's the top 10, you know. Oh, what's the
yeah.
top 10 movies, and then I'll be like, why is this up there, you know, most of the time. But it's that's how you find out about shows. But I guess my algorithm also just gives me like the blockbusters that are just about to pop up. It's like, oh, because you like all this shit, like bam, look, here's the new Ryan Reynolds movie.
How many movies is that guy gonna make on Netflix?
As many as he, I mean, I'm pretty sure they got a contract. It's like Adam Sandler, you know, he has a Netflix contract. That's why he keeps dropping these movies with Netflix. But that's where Netflix was trying to get their, you know, they're doing what other, I mean, they were starting at first, I think, but you know, all the every streaming service is trying to get their own. It's like production studios, you know, they're trying to get their own actors and their own production things to make you come to their stuff. HBO has it on lock because they got their movies that are mostly in theater being on
Right.
their service. Netflix has just movies that is just Netflix. Amazon Prime got some movies that they want you to come over, and some TV shows they want you to come over for, and Apple TV and blah 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 blah. Everybody always trying to get something. Paramount Plus trying to get people to come
See,
over.
and those are prime examples of companies that advertise on
Acid
television,
exposure.
like
Sorry, I had to do
Am-
that for Gina.
Amazon shows and movies and Paramount Plus. I see commercials for those all the time. So, like, I get excited for something coming out, like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon, like when the new season was about to air or drop. They had commercials for it, and I was like, oh shit. So then it reminds you, hey, this is coming out. The preview looks good. It kind of gives you an idea what's it about, and then it makes you want to watch it. But like, Netflix doesn't do that. They only have, like you said, like coming soon, stuff like that, but no previews.
That's true. Netflix does not, and I think you got something here because I never thought about this. When you watch HBO or Paramount or whatever, you do get a commercial before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That'll advertise something big that they're coming. I think maybe Netflix could capitalize on this. The only other way that they have any advertisement is when you're looking through the category. Unlike
yeah,
unless you're me, because that annoys me. So in any app, I take out the like instant trailers, you know, when you're
right.
highlighting something. It annoys me. I'm just like
Me
it's
too.
probably like really quiet, and then as you know, no, stop, and then I'm trying to move it somewhere else, and it's just more noise. I'm like, no, take out the instant play. That could help it if they play something before or something after, or when you start up the application. I don't know. Most of everything is word of mouth. Most of anything in
Yeah,
Netflix was word of mouth, like Tiger King and Squid Game, and everything is just word of mouth.
yeah, exactly. And it's hard to go on people's word of mouth opposed to something that you've seen a preview for and you're like, yeah, I saw that too. But it's hard to get behind word of mouth advertising because what some people like, you may not like. Like Space Force, that doesn't seem, it didn't ever seem interesting to me to want to watch it. But like Stranger Things, yeah, I'll watch that all day long. Even though that was word of mouth recommended to me, it's still something that I see commercials for sometimes online.
Oh no, no, they're really cramming that because that's money.
Yeah.
That's already a stapled franchise. That's already something that people want. That's their bread and butter, as you said. That's money. So yeah, they're gonna cram that in your face, like, hey, the new season is coming, so bring your asses.
Hmm.
Also with like Cobra Kai, as someone mentioned, I think that's money. They grabbed that from YouTube and they're like, hey, this is the only place you can watch it now. Come see it. So yes, other things, it is like a word of mouth. What I love is following accounts that tell me of movies that are on Netflix that I don't know about Netflix. Or when me and Rocio would just be like, "What? Let's find something." We just look up a category and then look through the movie
Hmm.
titles and find a movie that's just a hidden gem in there. I found a movie that was a hidden gem in there that was like some Power Ranger like kind of theme from Thailand or something like that that got me all into some series I didn't even know about. So if you dig in there, you can find a lot of good stuff.
That's how I found Mary Shelley's Frankenstein on HBO Max. I was just going through the genres and I
Hmm.
was looking at horror movies and it was way at the end. So I went through a lot of horror movies that I was like, I may watch that. And then Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I was like, oh, should I have to watch that like right now? So that is a good way to find new shows, but still like you're not getting advertised that those things are there. It's like you're a paleontologist for TV shows or movies and you have to fucking dig them up.
But then you feel special when you do, you know? You
Yeah,
kind of feel special when you find like, oh shit, I didn't know this was here. And then that's for the real hardcore people that actually spend their time going through it, and it's like an Easter egg. Like, oh, I just
yeah.
unlocked Mary Shelley's Frankenstein on HBO Max. Let's go. The same thing for me on Netflix. Like, oh, I just unlocked this. Let's go. Let me watch this freaking movie here and this show. Gina was mentioning how she loves her Asian shows, and you're just watching Squid Game. So this is
Hmm.
like, and this became an introduction for many people. There's so many good Korean shows on Netflix, you know, and not just Korean, Japanese as well. But the Korean shows and movies have been taking a spotlight because of Squid Game. And it's
Right.
funny, before Squid Game, there was this show called Alice in Borderland, which I didn't know was based on a manga by the same name. I was interested in that show, but I just held it off. I was like, all right, I will watch it, watch it. As most things I do on Netflix. Squid Game came out, Squid Game blew up. We watched Squid Game because everybody and their mama was watching Squid Game, and we loved it. Then everybody always said, if you like Squid Game, go and watch Alice in Borderland. Okay, let's finally watch Alice in Borderland. And then guess what? I ended up loving Alice in Borderland more than Squid Game.
Oh
It's
shit.
really great freaking show. I can't wait for another season of it. And it made me want to continue going into more of the shows that I have listed.
Hmm.
Have I watched the other ones? No, I have not. Not yet. But this is what I say. There's so many good gems in there, especially when it comes to the animation department and whatnot. Like if you guys haven't watched Netflix's Voltron, you're missing out. It was a great fucking series. It's still there. It's all there, complete now. So you guys could just binge away. Castlevania, that was fucking Netflix as well.
Hmm.
I haven't watched the He-Man stuff. Uh, I
Thundercats.
which one?
Thundercats. Didn't they do one?
Yeah, but that's not on Netflix. That's somewhere else. I don't know where that's at.
Isn't that Paramount Plus?
Probably they probably have that Thundercats on there. And I never got to see that one when it came out, but I heard that one was great.
The one that Adult Swim had was fucking amazing,
I think that's the one
and
I'm talking about.
it only got like one season, but it was
Yeah,
so good.
yeah. People did say that was really, really good.
Yeah, it was way better than the original, and I loved the original.
We got over here Gina saying, I've been watching Falling Into Your Smile. It centers around esports like a League of Legends type game. I enjoy it a lot. Kind of teenage corny, but I don't care. And that's good shit. That's how it should be. It's kind of corny, but I don't care. Keep that attitude, girl, for everything. Spendog agrees that Alice was crazy. I'm telling you, Alice in Borderland is fucking crazy. You think Squid Game is dope?
I do.
It's dope. Squid Game is dope. Watch Alice in Borderland, and your mind's gonna be just overblown. It's so
Is
fucking.
isn't there like a Korean zombie movie about a subway?
Yes, you never seen
And
Train to Busan?
Yeah, it's in my list, but I haven't watched it yet, and everybody says it's really good.
You see that? You see that? I just did the fucking Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas gif.
From
That's what Alex.
Assassins.
That's what Train to Busan. You know what? I haven't seen the sequel or quote unquote. They say it's the sequel. It's called Peninsula, but I haven't seen that one. I have them. Yeah, you need to totally watch Alice in Borderland because that one is Chef's Kiss. So
Well, let's
good.
talk about some of the other shows that got canceled. One of which I did watch for a while was damn, I can't remember the name now that I'm thinking of it.
Uh huh. Is it
um,
Ellen? Because she's
no,
done.
oh yeah,
Ha
that bitch is done. Um, no, I was thinking of Legends of Tomorrow,
ha. Oh man.
which is one of the greater shows in the Arrowverse, and they canceled that and Batwoman.
I okay. I got a lot to say about this whole situation. Okay. Let's go with Legends of Tomorrow. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Legends of Tomorrow became the best CW show on there after Arrow and Flash just lost their whole momentum and everything.
And Flash's ending.
Yeah, Flash is ending. But here's the thing, right? I'm more surprised at Legend because I thought Legend ended. I thought we just had their final season. I could have sworn they said this was gonna be the final season and it aired. And I haven't even watched the latest season yet. I haven't finished it. I'm currently
Mhm.
watching it right now and loving it like crazy. So as I'm watching, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna end. Little did I know that it actually was gonna end. Like that's it. There was no more after that. Legend of Tomorrow was a fantastic show that was born out of all these other shows, became its own thing, and then had all this freedom to just have so much fun.
They did.
It's really it's really hard to explain unless you watch it and you gotta watch from the beginning because if you jump anywhere, you'll probably be like, "What the fuck's going on?" But it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just a show that's just so much fun and doesn't take itself so seriously yet masters the genre that it's in and it was the CW's best show. Now that it's done, the CW's best show is Superman and Lois, like hands
And
down.
I still need to see that, and I really hope they don't cancel that before I see it.
I hope so too because they're just on the second season and it's really like their staple show. I would have said too like Stargirl, but I don't think Stargirl is on CW anymore. I think it's just on the app itself.
Oh, okay.
But Stargirl, first season was really good. I haven't seen the second season yet. I started, but I didn't keep going. So yeah, Legends of Tomorrow. That's a damn shame that it's a really good show, and I highly recommend it to you people. I don't. The thing that's hard about these CW shows is that they're all so connected, so it feels like you're missing something if you don't watch the other, right?
And you have to watch them the way they aired, otherwise they're
Yeah,
not gonna make sense. Cause like somebody would disappear from one show and then that same week appear in another show with the explanation of how they got there and
it's all over
what
the
they were
place.
doing there that they had to be there for. So,
Yeah,
it, and that's what got so convoluted with trying to watch all the CW shows was like, if I missed 1 week's of episodes, I was fucked.
done.
So I got so far behind, I just gave up.
I think the only way to do it is like when you read a comic book. You know, you read a comic book and it's an issue and it's like, yeah, like about this and that, and then you see an asterisk, you go down, it's like this happened in issue, blah blah blah, whatever. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh okay, and then you just keep going. You know, there's nothing you could do about it. Just keep going with what the story is. So in that case, that's how you're gonna have to watch these shows if you ever watch it. There's no way now to watch them in the order that they were watching. So say you're watching The Flash and you're just going through it and I had the Flash playing at one point for this little kitty that was feral. We were trying to get it comfortable to people and noises all the time, so I had Flash playing in the background. because I felt like it needed something geeky and a lot of loud noises and whatnot. I think the show actually helped. I think the show actually made the cat just start running around like crazy. I'm gonna go with that theory. There was one episode where the Black Canary came in and she talked about like, "Oh, can you help me, Cisco, with this? Blah 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 blah." But you don't know what happened, of course, because you didn't watch anything on Arrow and shit like that. You know what, dog? I said I was trying to say you're gonna walk the dog, but it said like it sounded like I said you're gonna wet the dog.
It did sound
Yeah,
sound like that.
and you know, walk the dog. It felt like there's something you're missing, but you're still there and you can still follow through. So that's how it is. Getting to what I'm trying to say, I think anybody can jump right into Legends of Tomorrow and not have to worry about where these characters came from because they speak about it in their, they touch upon their backstories, but overall you still get it eventually to the point where it's its own thing. Yeah, they'll
Right.
jump into crossovers with the other people, whatever. I still feel like it's a show that should be watched by some people, and either you like it or you don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was an episode where they were in like this future. They were in the future and there was like this museum of stuff from the past and there's like an animatronic fucking Cisco and they pressed the button and started playing the thong song and that guy came to life and it was actually Cisco and he was
Oh
singing a
shit.
thong song and they were fighting all these historical figures to the thong song. It's the coolest, funniest, badass shit. I mean, if that's not a representation of what this show was, I don't know what is. It's I don't know. It's sad that it got canceled, but it had a good run. I
It did.
personally thought that it already ended. It had its finale, but I guess maybe it had room for more. So that
Well, now
sucks.
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. But for its 7 season run, that's pretty long run, and they had a lot of great things. I mean, even Constantine was added to the mix of characters.
Yes, and I love him. His show was so good, and that was another show I was so sad to get canceled
Mm-hmm.
because it left on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and that's why Legends of Tomorrow became so integral. Did I say that right? Integral to
Integral.
Constantine because it became like a season 2 once he got added in
Mhm.
there because it literally took off from whatever his story was about the little
Yep.
girl being sent to hell and trying to get her back and blah blah blah. So that became important, and that was great about those people who did that show because they were like, all right, here's a character that's already in there, and we want to bring them back, and we're gonna bring back this Constantine, and we're not gonna retcon it or anything. We're just gonna have it be a continuation of what was already built. To the
Mr. MJ in chat says, "You two have any thoughts on Euphoria?"
I have not watched
I
Euphoria.
haven't either. I've heard that
It's
it's crazy as shit,
yeah,
and it's a bunch of teenagers acting a fool.
yeah,
Um,
and
we
Zendaya.
li- yeah, we lived in the '90s with 90210, so
Yeah, I
and
lived in I lived in the '90s with Saved by the Bell and
yeah,
Zach fucking
I
up
was just
everybody.
about to say that. Pausing time all the time. Look in the camera. All right, look.
Was Degrassi in the '80s? No,
No, that was the '90s show.
I don't know. Maybe Degrassi is older than we think. Could be.
Google it.
Could be because Degrassi was like the new class or some shit, wasn't it?
There was the Next Generation, and then
Yeah,
there's the original, and then there's Next Class.
I don't know.
Then there's
I don't know.
Degrassi Junior High and Degrassi High. So there's multiple versions.
Yeah, you see, Degrassi was originally an '80s show, so I think the one where Drake came in, that was like the new fucking reboot of it,
Yeah, that
and then
was
it
the
just kept going
reboot.
from then.
Um, but no,
Uh,
I'm gonna, even though I was really far behind, I'm gonna miss Legends of Tomorrow. The other one that was like a big deal on CW was Batgirl
that woman.
and Batwoman, sorry. And it was just plagued with so much controversy and people talking shit and people saying that it was the toxic work environment and stuff like that.
That
Made
one,
me not want to watch it. So I
yeah,
never watched it.
that one was hard. That one was hard. I don't know.
Did you
Yeah,
ever watch it?
I watched the first season, and then I watched the second season, a couple episodes, and then I didn't keep up with it. My reasons: the first season was cool, but first season was it was like watching the first season of Supergirl. It was just like I just had to force myself through it because there was a
Mm,
lot of that like in your face like girl power shit, you know?
right. And that's why
And
I didn't want to watch it. I didn't I heard it was like that, especially with Ruby Rose. And I was
yeah,
like, yeah, I don't feel like having that on my face right now. As even as a
yeah,
woman, I don't want to watch that.
it fucked up because Ruby Rose like, dude, I loved her and John Wick too, you know? Like I thought she was a
Because
shit, and then
you liked her
Batwoman
because she was
happened.
mute.
Yeah, and I was yeah, when she didn't say anything, then Batwoman happened. I was like, all right, cool, man. It's the John Wick girl. This chick's been cool in that movie, in the fucking Triple X movie, and no, is but the writing was I don't know, it was too much, and you wanted to see like Batman.
Exactly.
Um, it
All
was
we want in this world is a Batman show. That's why Gotham was so good.
Gotham was really good, and it lasted only 5 seasons, but there was good fight scenes. It had a beginning, middle, and end. It did its
Yeah.
job. Batwoman. My problem with Batwoman really was its villain, its main villain, its main antagonist, which was the sister. Which, spoiler alert, was ends up being the sister of Batwoman, and she was I don't know what the fuck she was called. I forgot. It was just annoying to me. Like, okay, we got this. We went through that ordeal, that arc, and then that wasn't resolved. And then any other arc that happened, she was still involved in it, and it was just annoying. And I think in the second season, somehow they were forced to work together, but at that point, it doesn't really matter as much as saying like two sisters that had to work together because this time is another Batwoman. And by the way, I think they killed the first Batwoman, but then I think later in the season they had her come back, but she looked different, of course, because of a different actress. I don't know, because I didn't watch it. No, this is no disrespect to the chick who played the second Batwoman, because actually I preferred her. I think she was awesome. I think she like took like if the show started off with her, we could have got something, you know.
Hmm.
And it's a cousin, right? It didn't have to be a Caucasian cousin. She could have been a black cousin, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They should have started
Especially
off.
through marriage.
Yeah, they could have started off with her. She was fantastic. She was actually better than the first Batwoman, and I was all for it. They were bringing in other characters from the Batman universe, but it was just this main villain was annoying me that to the point I just wasn't invested into the show no more. And there were things I heard that made me like, oh shit, I should watch it. But every time I go to it and I see the thumbnail and I see that chick, that evil chick, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with her, man. That's all it is. I didn't want to deal with if you removed her from the fucking show, I probably would have been more invested. But it's
Hmm.
just I didn't want to deal with her.
That's how I kind of started getting with Supergirl with the whole like girl power shit on there. It was just so like it was just too much.
That first season was like all in your face girl
Oh
power.
my God. And it
Then
used
it
to be
calmed down.
on what, CBS?
Yeah,
And then when they went to CW, it got a lot better.
yeah, they calmed down.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but that
I hate to say that as a woman that I'm not all about girl power because I am, but to have it in your face for so many episodes, it gets old really fast. Like the last Terminator movie, what's it called? Genesis?
mm-hmm. No,
It,
the one that counts or the one that one that's actually a sequel you're talking about, right?
yeah,
It's not
I didn't.
Genesis. Genesis was the one before it. No,
No, that was the last one they made.
are you sure? Here we go into our Dark Fate. You see, Genesis was the one before it.
Okay, Genesis I like. Dark Fate I didn't like.
You didn't like?
Dark Fate basically just made it where Terminator 2 was just irrelevant, which really pissed me off. And then they had all that girl power shit, and I was like, fuck this movie.
Damn. I actually like Dark Fate because it was a direct sequel to that and disregarded whatever the hell happened in these other movies.
But I love Terminator 2, and for them to like disregard that movie really pissed me off.
How so disregard? Tell me.
Spoiler alert for people who haven't seen Dark Fate, but at the beginning they kill John Connor from Terminator 2. It's like not long after the events of Terminator 2, they have a flashback and the Terminator killed John Connor. And I was like, well, that just makes the whole Terminator 2, all the events that happened just irrelevant. Like, it kind of made the first two movies irrelevant to make, and then for them to say, oh, this is a direct sequel to Terminator 2. It's like, well, fuck all the other movies then because they were good. Like the one with Christian Bale, I love
Salvation.
that. Salvation, yeah, that movie was fucking great, and a lot of
Salvation was
people
good.
shit on it.
Salvation was really good. You know, at this
But
point, you just gotta see Terminator as a timeline kind of shit. You know, there's all these parallel timelines and shit like that, and one leads to one and one leads to another. So maybe Dark Fate, we'll just see it as, oh, in this timeline, they actually go back and get John Connor. You know,
yeah, but fuck that.
that's all it is. I thought it was cool because it was a direct like sequel to it, and yes, it was shocking that they took his ass out. But I get what you're saying, where it was just like, oh well, now it's just these girls and their girl power kind of shit. I get
And
it.
Sarah Connor really did not age well. She did not moisturize her face. Her face looked like a roadmap.
Yeah, she didn't have to. It's not like she's been on fucking doing movies ever since.
No, she hasn't.
No bullshit. She was on Chuck though.
Really?
Yeah, she was in Chuck.
Did I ever tell you that they filmed a commercial for that at my Geek Squad
Yes, you did. I remember.
in West Hollywood? Yeah.
I remember you didn't want to check the show because you thought you wanted it to be more about that, but not about the spy. Am I right?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a show like about a Geek Squad Best Buy kind of show, and then they were like, "No, he's a secret spy," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not interested in that."
Mm. But it was really good. That was my shit. I remember I rewatched it when it was on Netflix before and it was before they took it out too, so I got lucky. Excuse me. Well, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying because it was like girl power. I liked it though, but you know, at that point, it was like all these movies really didn't matter after two. So let's face it. Come on, let's be honest. All these movies really didn't matter after two. They pretty much are like fan
Fan
fiction or
fiction,
something. Yeah,
especially Genesis. That one was. I love that movie, but
it's
it was
fun.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Yeah, it's
fun.
fun, but it's
It's
definitely
fun.
fan fiction.
It's definitely just all over the place fan fiction. The Dark Fate is just James Cameron's like fan fiction. Like, okay, this is what gonna happen because I'm the
Yeah.
creator. Um, how did we
And
get there?
I don't even know.
Girl power being in your face. Yeah,
Oh, Supergirl.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But Supergirl at least got its ending, which to me was like, ugh. Supergirl
What?
ending to me was like, ugh, the fuck. But whatever, it ended. Right now, yeah, all they got right now is the Flash and Superman and Lois.
And Flash
And
is ending, so we're just gonna have Superman and Lois.
yes, Flash is ending. It needs to get its ending. Superman and Lois is good though. I haven't seen the second season. The first season was fucking great, and everybody agrees that I've seen.
You know what is pissing me off though is so they're finally gonna end The Walking Dead. They're going through its season finale right now, but they already announced another spinoff with characters from The Walking Dead.
Or maybe because the spinoff I read I heard about was with Daryl and Carol
But
But
Carol walked out.
yeah, so there might not be a spinoff at all.
No, that and Better Call Saul is ending. It didn't get canceled. It's on the cancellation list, but it's what they call the final season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to catch up with Breaking Bad. So it's going to like take off from where Breaking Bad began.
Do they make this guy look younger?
Kind of. They give him hair.
Yeah, because that's what I was
Because
thinking about. Like, this is a prequel, but this guy's getting older.
Bob Odenkirk is like balding really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But in Better Call Saul, they give him hair. So that's good.
I just want him to be done with that so he can make Nobody too.
Yes. And they're supposed to make that, and I'm so excited. I just watched Nobody again a couple weeks ago when I was in Texas.
If you guys haven't seen Nobody, check out Nobody. It's really, really good. Hello, The Extreme. You're late, but it's all good. Wait, yeah, it's still all good. We're here talking about cancellations right now, which is funny because I see the title is like Machine Room Podcast canceled. Like, we got canceled?
Hell no, we don't get. When you first texted me that like you were gonna have to start working Sunday nights, that was the first thing in my head. I was like, so are we canceling our own show? So that's why I asked you. I was like, so can we just do it another night? And you're like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
As
That's no
as long
problem.
as we don't cancel our own shit, because I want us to get like up to like where Joe Rogan is, where he's like in the thousands.
Damn. At this rate, that shit's gonna happen in 2050.
2050. We'll be old as fuck, still doing this podcast.
2050 and shit. I can't do it. My back went out.
Another one ending. I don't know if it's ending or got canceled, but Blackish on ABC.
I think it ended.
The main chick I don't like at all, so that's why I've never watched it. Because I think she like tries too hard to be funny, and she's not. And then she does chip commercials. I'm like, get out of here.
You don't like Diana Ross's daughter?
Hell no. Hell to the no. Another one again, I don't know if it's ending or got canceled, was Killing Eve. I'm like really far behind on that show, but I loved it.
I thought that thing. I thought that thing was like ended a long, long time ago.
No, it's just now ending. They just now aired season 4.
Why do I feel like I heard about the show, but it was like ages ago? Or I'm just confusing it with something else. Yeah, I'm confusing it with something else. Okay, I'm gonna say it. All right, and I'll probably be attacked by this. Maybe I don't know. It depends. Maybe from like Grey's Anatomy fans. I don't think Sandra Oh looks nice at all.
I don't either. I
I don't.
never
I
saw
don't.
the attraction.
No, I don't see no
And
attraction. So when my girl's there watching fucking Grey's Anatomy and I see in the background and there's like this whole romance between her and somebody else and he's all crazy obsessed about her and shit like that. And I'm just like, I don't see it, dude. Like she
mm,
like to me, there's like no. There's no attraction to me.
me neither. And there's like this huge, backlog of fans that love her. Like people always talk about like I see online people talk about Sandra Oh this and Sandra Oh that, and I'm like, I don't like her. The only thing she was in that I liked was that movie, the oh my god, what is it called? With the guy that played Night Owl and Watchmen.
I don't know.
Hang on a sec.
The horror movie?
I'll find his ass.
Is it the horror movie? Hard Candy?
Hard Candy, yes. She was like the neighbor in that. That was like the only thing that I liked with her in it.
It's funny because the only reason I shouted that out was because I went to the Wikipedia and I was looking through all the list of movies and he was like the guy from Owlman. So I'm quickly thinking about Insidious, right? Because he was in that movie, right?
Hmm.
And then I see Hard Candy, and then my mind was like, "Yo, he was in that." Oh, Hard Candy.
Yeah, he was the main guy she was fucking with. Yeah, I don't get Sandra Oh's attraction.
I don't. I
People
don't.
need to shut up.
I mean,
Same
she's
thing with that the chick from Blackish. She has like 4 or 5 different shows that are spin-offs from Blackish. She even got like a prequel to Blackish.
oh
And
yeah, grownish. They
Gr-
said who said it right here? Mr. MJ in the chat said that both blackish and grownish ended.
okay, yeah, then she's not funny to me, so I never wanted to watch those shows.
So both of those. Yeah, I didn't watch those shows either. I just see clips from it, and it's kind of cool. I'm looking at the cast of Killing Eve, and then I just saw this Fiona Shaw right there, and I know this woman because of the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh my god, no.
I'm like, it's the chick from Mario Brothers. She was fucking crazy. That's it. Just want to
Fuck
say
that
that.
movie.
If I met her in real life, I'll be like, honey, loved you in the Mario Brothers.
Oh my god.
That's how I'm gonna be. I don't. I want to meet. When I meet celebrities, I don't want to mention the movie that they're the biggest known for, whatever. I want to mention something that they're not known for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I like to do. I met Dave Fogler, right? Is it Dave Fogler or Dan Fogler? Fuck. I'm gonna go with Dan Fogler. Dan Fogler. I met Dan Fogler. This guy, hilarious. Love him. And I told him, dude, if you don't know him, he's the guy that was in like Balls of Fury, basically.
Yeah.
Main guy in Balls of Fury. I told him, dude, we love you. Me and my friend watch Fanboys. We love that movie. We watch Balls of Fury all the time. We quote it. We love it. I told him, I was really pushing for him to do the biopic of shit Sam Kinison,
Oh yes.
because he had an audition tape out there of him playing as Sam Kinison. And he
Yeah, I've
was
seen that on Netflix. Not
Mhm.
Netflix, YouTube.
Yeah, damn, on Netflix. What? I missed out.
No.
Yeah, it was like spot on. I told him like, man, I was really pushing for you because I thought you were perfect for it. And he was like,
Mhm.
yeah, man, thank you. I really wanted that. I was really trying, blah blah. And yeah, I was just giving him mad credit for shit that he wouldn't be not like. I didn't go up to him and be like, hey man, loved you in Fantastic Beasts, because I'm pretty sure that's where everybody knows him from now.
My
I
only
want
beef with him trying to play Sam Kinison was he tried to play him too serious. Sam Kinison always like portrayed himself as a stand-up comedian. Like even when he was talking about serious shit, it was still funny.
but I
Like
mean, the guy was dealing with something clearly.
yeah, but still like his voice and the way that he had presented himself was always funny. And the little audition tape that he made, he was way too serious.
Was kind of like saying the guy who did the Robin Williams spot on was way too
Oh,
serious.
that was amazing.
Yeah,
That was so amazing. It was creepy.
too creepy. I know that his daughter, she mentioned herself that she hears about it. She's hear everybody saying, but she said that she can't watch it because that's still like too hard for her to see.
Yeah,
Even
I
someone else
understand.
playing him perfectly is still too hard to see.
He died however many years ago, and I'm just now able to start watching his movies again because he was like an unofficial family member or something like that. Like that's how hard his death was.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. And shit, I didn't find out until like this year that he came from Chicago, so that's why that mural's here. It
Yep,
all makes sense to me. I thought this whole time, I was like, why do we have the mural? I mean, it's dope, but I don't know why we got it. And well, now I know because he's from here.
with all the genies.
Yeah, well, all the genies, fucking beautiful. D player in the chat room say Nas going go. I'm gonna go to Channing Tatum and be like, I love the Gambit movie. I should. That'll piss him off. I'm still okay. I'm gonna go to you, the extreme, in a moment. I'm still very. It's still hilarious to me that they did that whole Fox group picture of everybody in the X-Men universe, and then there's Channing Tatum wearing the Gambit T-shirt just so he could like be like, just so you know why he's there. It's like, hey, because you're
Yeah,
Gambit, and it never happened. Like he
nope.
didn't really belong there at all. And then he's there like, hey, Gambit. And it never happened. So that's funny to me. The Extreme asking me personally, because I know you don't watch Power Rangers, but was there ever a season of Power Rangers that was so bad that you think it should have got a cancel? You feel like it was Operation Overdrive. I also think that season sucked, but it also has some good things when I like hear people talk about it. Um Actually, and here's something that you guys probably don't know. I think Power Rangers got canceled like twice,
Hmm.
but both those times got renewed. So that's the truth. Power Ranger was canceled in space,
Oh
but then
wow.
that became so good that they were like, no, we'll keep going. And then it continued with Lost Galaxy and so forth. Then when Disney bought it, started doing their shows with it, they were canceling it with RPM. But guess what? RPM was good. And then when it got bought back by Saban, they continued it. So that's a known fact right there. The show got technically canceled twice, but both times got renewed because the final season, when that's what it happens when it's like, all right, fuck it, it's gonna be over. Let's just go all out. And then when they go all out, they're like, you know what? It's still good. Let's keep it going.
That's what happened with Family Guy. Family Guy's been canceled like 3 or 4 times, and
Like
then
crazy.
they get in this mindset of like, well, fuck it, we got canceled. Let's just do whatever we want. And then they came out with like the funniest shit that they've ever had. And then people are like, well, we need to keep this alive. And they kept getting renewed.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Futurama.
Yep. They're bringing it back for like a fifth time.
Futurama would Futurama was dead so many times, but kept coming back because of fans.
Yep.
And apparently, from what I heard, it was really big in Asia.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently my older brother, he was like a Futurama fanboy, and he was like schooling me on it one time when he was telling me about it. It's like, no man, it's really good, and I'm trying to get my hands on all the DVDs and blah blah blah, and the movies, and it actually kept living because it was really big in Asia and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh really? Oh, they didn't know that. Oh. My thing was just like, well, I seen the first season, and that's it. I see that it kept coming back in Adult Swim. I didn't know it kept coming back with new episodes and blah blah.
Yeah, and same thing with the Sci-Fi Channel. They had it on there. And they still do like early in the morning, like 5 in the morning. They'll start airing Futurama.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, excuse me. I'm just every time canceled and shit like that. I think it brings into my head, and this is what pisses me off because every time I think about this, I just get really mad and frustrated again about when Sliders got canceled, and the
Oh my
creators were like,
God.
"Fuck it." You know what I'm saying right here is like, fuck it, just go all out. No, these people said, now fuck it and fuck them and gave us the worst fucking ending that it never
Awful.
continued. And I'm still here, like, want to pull a hot spike in their eyes because of what
Yes.
the fuck they did to me.
The same thing with the Pretender. I love that fucking show. I have all the seasons and the movies on DVD. But they I saw an interview with the creators and they said they got addicted to playing poker in the writing room. So they would just write the shittiest script they could think of just so that they could go back and play poker.
What?
So the fourth season was so bad and had like a this formula in every episode. And then they got canceled and then they were like, "Well, wait, we fucked up. Let us redeem ourselves with these movies." And then the movies were really good and left on this huge cliffhanger and then fucking no more Pretender.
Well,
But
that's stupid.
they did bring it back in a way with books. So if you want to find out what happens after that, you have to read the books.
That makes no fucking sense. Ah, shit. Well, anyways, we gotta cut this off so we could go play poker. Nah, man, come on. I didn't know that. That is fucked up.
Mhm. Yeah.
That is really, really fucked up.
I don't
I
remember
remember the
where I
Pretender.
saw that. I think it was like a DVD extra or something like that. But Yeah, it was like the creator and the writers. They got addicted to. I think it was Texas Hold'em.
So do it after the show or something.
Yeah, wait until you have a good season and then go play poker. Don't fuck up season 4, which could have been the most epic season yet.
All I remember, I remember the Pretender because that guy's face, and I always thought that face was looked so fake.
I love his face, the Jared face.
It just looked funny. Like, is that like he just seemed like some guy who was like fully Botoxed or some shit.
He always made the same face like right before a commercial break. It was like all serious and like inquisitive.
But here's something, right? Like, okay, I know you watched The Pretender. At that time period that it showed, I didn't know anybody that watched The Pretender. I was like, why the fuck is this show still going on? And then that brings the case of we have all these shows being canceled, but then there's other shows that we don't know anybody watching, and they're still
They're
going.
still on. I don't get it. Who's watching these shows? Like, okay, I know it's not a bad show, but I only watched a few episodes, but Supernatural, that show had no right to go on as long as it did.
That show went on for that show went past Smallville, and it started
Hmm.
around the same time. But believe it or not, that show had a fan base,
Yeah,
a hardcore fan base, man. That they were there till the very fucking end. That show did go on too long.
it did. It went on way too long. And it was like, from what I could tell, it was the same shit like every episode.
Every time I watched it, it was one of the brothers went to hell, came back as evil, turned on the other brother, and vice versa. But I got one day I kind of want to watch them, but now it's like, damn, do I invest into 15 seasons? That's
Mm-mm.
fucking some investment right there.
Nope. Is there any show that went on that long that you would watch again?
Live action,
Just period.
One Piece.
Oh god.
One Piece is a show that I would not mind watching again.
See, I tried to do that with Power Rangers. I wanted to go back to the beginning and watch all of them. I barely made it through the Green Ranger episodes. And then
No,
I was like, I'm done.
no. Well, then live action. Then it was that I did go back when they added them to Netflix. I did and watch all of them. And
Wow.
I'm talking about even the ones that I didn't care about. Like I couldn't stand. I fucking did it. I watched them.
You know,
I
it's
watched.
another show like that that I wanted to watch from the beginning that had way too many episodes was The Twilight Zone, the original one, the black and white one.
Uh huh.
Because not all episodes are good. There's some really shitty, dumb ones that are like, really, that was supposed to be a Twilight Zone episode? It was more like a shitty drama.
Yeah.
And then there's like sporadic good episodes here and there. And so I just lose interest and you stop watching.
That's why you just cut that and you watch The Outer Limits.
Yes. Just like hackers.
That shit was good. No, I totally went through all those like that, and I'm trying. What you just reminded me of right now when you said like I'm trying to watch the Twilight Zone, and there's some really bad ones. Um, I reminded by seeing clips. I reminded that oh shit, I'm supposed to. I wanted to go through all the Matt TV seasons, but I
Oh
stopped in
yeah.
the second one. So I went back and watched it, and then I realized like you know they were great, but like any sketch comedy show, there were some misses back then. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh well, that wasn't really that funny, but this was hilarious, kind of shit. But still, it's more like a nostalgia kind of trip
Hmm.
to watch all those shows.
Mr. MJ85 says unpopular opinion, but Tales from the Crypt is better than The Twilight Zone. I'll agree with that, and I'll give you one better. Tales from the Dark Side is better than The Twilight Zone. Because if you're a horror fan, Tales from the Dark Side was actually supposed to be Creepshow, the show, and they couldn't get the rights to the name, so they called it Tales from the Dark Side. And now, I think it's on Sci-Fi Channel, Now they actually have a creep show, the show, which I need to watch.
I'm looking it up, and sadly, there's nowhere to watch this.
What?
Tales from the Dark Side.
No, there's not. You can find some random episodes on YouTube, but you'd have to buy it and watch it that way because it was so fuck. It was of all those shows like that back in the day when you were growing up, and they would have Tales from the Crypt and Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, um, Tales from the Dark Side. Tales from the Dark Side was the only one that actually scared me. Just the beginning intro of that show is fucking terrifying.
Look at this. Look, okay, look, because this is really, really. I probably remember this. I probably didn't watch it. Um,
Ooh, Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was another good one, even though that was like for kids. But
I
that
kind
show was good, but it made me just want to watch Goosebumps, which I'm to this day I'm a fan of Goosebumps.
yeah, goosebumps to me too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish this thing was available somewhere to watch because I'm reading the summary or description and it says a Twilight Zone type of show. This horror anthology series produced by noted horror filmmaker George A. Romero
Mm-hmm.
explores the macabre, but like its predecessor, always with a twist. Low budget, but with a huge cult following, the show explores
Super
horrors
low
and
budget.
supernatural storylines and guest stars several veteran actors. Many
Mm-hmm.
Tales from the Dark Side episodes are adapted from stories written by well known authors,
Mm-hmm.
including Stephen King, Harlan Ellison, Clive Barker, and John Cheever. This
Yes.
series was followed by a feature film, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
And I love that movie. It has one of the best like horror movie stories ever about this gargoyle that comes to life and takes human form to be with this man, and all he has to do is not tell the world that she's a gargoyle.
It sucks, man. It's not available anywhere. I would really like to
I
check
know.
this out.
It's so fucking. I would recommend everybody to watch that show, especially if it was somewhere where you could watch it, but it's not. The
Let's
only
see if
way,
you
like I said, you can find some episodes on YouTube, but otherwise you're gonna have to buy it.
yeah, like on Amazon right now, I see Tales from the Dark Side, the complete series on DVD for a good $52.95.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you could get all four Blade movies. Why is there floor? Four. There are
Floor.
animated one? Floor. Why is there floor? Oh, they include the TV show first episodes, I guess,
There's
for
only
eight
like
ninety nine
6 episodes,
on DVD. How you like that?
except for Blade Trinity.
Yeah, even though I did watch it again recently, and it was still kind of, but it was kind of fun. Oh, wait. Oh, but that's Flickster, honey. I don't got Flickster. I was just supplied with where you could watch Tales from the Dark Side, but it's on Flickster.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Flickster, you got to pay for it. So
Oh.
flickster.to, and you can watch anything. Gina uses it to watch a lot of stuff, but you got to pay for it.
Well, if it's on there, then I'd be down to pay for it if I can watch Tales from the Dark Side.
Well, the movie,
Oh, the movie. Okay.
the movie.
My favorite episode of that show was this killer robot that attacked noise, and it attacked its own remote, so you couldn't turn it off, and it went through the house and killed everybody.
Damn,
It was epic. It made
damn.
me afraid of vacuum cleaners for a while.
Gina says they have free stuff, but it's only recent stuff. But older stuff, paying for it is super worth it. Has all the 80s. Well, there you go. I mean, I have nothing against paying for stuff, but it's like when it comes to that, I does it have an app? You know, because if it has an app, then
Yeah.
I could just watch off my fucking Xbox. Then we're talking.
Hell yeah.
But if it's something that I have to pay for and I can only watch it off my computer, I don't know about that.
I just want to take a break real quick and acknowledge that we have like the most viewers, live viewers right now than we've ever had. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't followed us yet, please give us a follow. Let us know if you have any suggestions for future episodes. We're down to talk about whatever.
That's
We don't
right.
follow sports or anything like that, so we may not
We
have
have
much
the
insight.
largest viewer count of 12.
I count 15.
Oh, I see 12 right here. So
This
we'll
is
go with
15.
15.
Acid exposure.
That's what I'm
Gosh.
talking about. Okay, I also want to point out, I want to take a little break here and point out that if you I am not jerking off here, okay? I'm scratching my leg cuz I just see
Sure you are.
I see my
Sh-
webcam and
Oh. Yeah, it does
I'm
look
like,
like you're
hold
jerking off.
no, no. I'm like that looks wrong. I need to clarify for those viewers.
And 3 people left. Good job.
For those viewers, I'm scratching my fucking leg. Okay, look, I have these I'm probably dying, all right? And it's been happening over the years. I have these little spots, especially on my leg, and they're itchy all the time, and I'm scratching it. Leave me alone. It looked bad on camera. It did.
It really did. I looked over at the stream and was like, "What are you doing?"
Because my legs are crossed.
And immediately 3 people left. It was a good job.
My legs are crossed. God damn it. All right. Let me put my leg down. Jesus
You ain't
Christ,
got
man.
time to beat your meat.
Look, let's not get canceled because they think I'm over here beating my meat on this fucking podcast. But again, we highly, highly appreciate and love that you guys are here with us, chilling and in the discussion. Yeah, that's our topic of cancellations. I mean, from here till we fucking kick the bucket, there's gonna be so many things that we love that are gonna get canceled. Um, and we can only hope that our shows will continue. The one thing we want though is like if anything gets canceled, have a closure.
Yes, have the final episode. Or they just I just saw a news article about this today that Metalocalypse, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and the Venture Brothers are all getting a movie to end the series. Because those are all shows that got canceled. Well, Aqua Teen Hunger Force ended, but they're making movies to end all those series. So if you're gonna end on a good note. Like,
Yeah,
don't end on some huge cliffhanger
no,
what's his name from Legends of Tomorrow?
I don't know how it ended, so I have to.
Constantine, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Constantine. Oh yeah, I was about to say I don't know
Don't
how.
end like that because that was fucked up. That hurt my soul.
I don't know. Well, but now you know that it continues in Legends of
Yes,
Tomorrow. So he actually gets an ending.
good.
Yes. I forgot what it was.
What is the biggest show that was a disappointment to you that got canceled?
All time.
All time.
Shit. That is really going into the memory bank there. Firefly. But
Every
well, Firefly. I didn't
everybody
even watch Firefly when it happened, so I can't really count that one.
everybody
Uh,
says that, and I still have yet to watch it, but I've seen the movie.
yeah, that got closure though. It's
Yeah,
just sad that it couldn't continue because there was so much story that they were gonna tell. Um, man, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think, but I can't remember anything. I mean, what pops into my head right now is the Cowboy Bebop because that's just
hmm
recent.
that
Um,
hurt my soul too.
Santa Clarita Diet. I got into it and
Oh,
then it got canceled.
yes. It was so good and it ended on a huge cliffhanger too.
Uh-huh. Happy Endings was a really good show. Like that show was hilarious to me. I loved it.
Mr. MJ
Xena,
said Chappelle show. Yeah, that was sad.
Chappelle show because he just bounced. Xena, I remember Xena. She died, didn't she?
I thought that show got an actual ending because I remember they were like, these are the final episodes.
Yeah, yeah, that's what she's talking about. Like Gina said, like Xena, but it didn't. She didn't like how it ended.
It ended on a cliffhanger, but it could still be considered an okay place to end. Santa Clarita Diet. Yeah,
Yeah,
but still,
yeah.
they should have given like at least one more season.
Well, Xena. Well, that was closure though. I mean, she basically Xena ended. She died, but Gabriella was gonna continue the theme. But it still sucked because you're like, okay, you got invested into all this shit, and then she died. You
Yeah,
know, like it sucked. It did suck, but she had a good run, and it was a different time back then. I don't know if they were like in your face about it or they were just trying to be like
cool.
I guess cool, but you know, lesbian love on TV was still kind of taboo, but they really were going at the Gabriella and Xena were lovers.
Yes,
I
and
think that
Gabrielle is a huge influence in the lesbian community.
yeah, I think they had them kiss. I can't remember. But that was the thing with it, and people really loved it. But they had to be really safe about how they showed it and presented it. Me as a kid, I fucking loved it too. I didn't care. I was a big Gabriella fan. That's who I loved. You know, I loved
It's
Xena, but Gabriella was like the thing.
There's videos on YouTube. There's Xena kisses Gabrielle back to life. Gabrielle confesses her attraction for Xena, and so on. So
So
yeah,
they were fucking.
they were doing finger stuff.
They were fucking. Xena went from Hercules to Gabriella. It's an upgrade to tell you the truth because Kevin Sorbo is fucking crazy, I guess.
Um, I'm gonna say Sliders.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
one was when you're starting to become cognizant and like your own person and things like that. And he had this great show that I always watched, even when it came back for the other seasons and stuff like that. And then for them to just fuck it off like they did.
Yeah. They were going somewhere and then they had like it just went somewhere, especially when it got to like sci-fi, it just went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Then uh O'Connor got out of the show and they replaced
Yeah,
him.
they brought his brother.
No, they had his brother with him, but then
That's
they
right.
both left.
Yeah.
And then they replaced them with another dude that was him, but in this universe he looked different.
Oh, okay.
But then he wasn't the same. I don't know. It was just all fucked up. So the main character ended up being the the singer, the jazz singer, the blues singer, whatever. I forgot what his name was. It was the black dude, and
Oh,
he,
okay.
yeah, and then he became like the main one, and he was the one at the final fucking episode when they're like, "All right, you gotta go," because they were like, it wasn't about even going back home. It was about stopping this other fucking race from another parallel dimension who kept going into other parallel dimensions to take it over. And apparently they went to Earth and took it over. So it was about stopping them. And they gave them like this device that it was a virus or something. And they were like, he could only go through the portal and they wouldn't know if it worked once he got over there to stop them. And he was just like, just cross your fingers, kind of basically, and then went through that portal. And then the show just ended. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
And when I looked it up right after, they said, like, yeah, the writers did that because they got canceled and it was just a big fuck you.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. Another one at that time that was really good that got canceled was Mantis. Did you ever watch that?
Yes.
Mantis was fucking good. And Mantis was like the old Batman where it started with the movie. And they were like, the movie was so good. It was a made for TV movie. It's just called Mantis. And it was so well received that they made the series. And the series was great. And it got canceled after like one season.
Here's a here's a here's some what you call it what's that fuck. Here's some trivia for you, right? The actor who played Mantis,
Hmm.
huh? He ended up again. Wasn't Mantis supposed to be like DC or something?
Yeah,
Or no?
kind of. But
Kind of.
I know he ended up in Supergirl.
Yeah. He ended up in Supergirl because he played the father of Martian Manhunter.
Yep. Which is fucking awesome, especially if you like voice actors, because the guy that played Mantis is a big voice actor too, and he's played the Martian Manhunter, like on Justice League and stuff like that, like cartoons.
Yep. Carl Lumbly.
Love that guy.
Carl Lumbly has done a whole lot of movies, a whole lot of TV shows. Let's see what.
Hmm.
Oh, he was on Family Guy,
Yep.
Black Panther,
Hmm.
Batman: The Brave and the Bold. He was on my show Chuck,
Yes.
Battlestar Galactica, Justice League Unlimited as the Martian Manhunter. So yeah, that's why they picked him as the father.
Hmm.
See, that's what I loved about the CW people though, because they were fans and they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and they did their homework.
Mm-hmm.
But Mantis, yeah, if you've never seen Mantis, it's really good. It's about a paraplegic man that makes this suit that he can walk again, but it gives him like superpowers, like super strength and stuff, and he goes and fights crime.
It's possible to see this show because they selling the season on Amazon. Oh shit, Gina Torres was in this show too. Oh snap! And produced by Sam Raimi.
Yes,
There you go.
the
No
show is
wonder Gina
epic.
Torres is in this fucking show. Yeah, they have it on. You could buy the digital season on Prime Video for $30. $1.99 a fucking episode. Hey, no bull. If this shit's ever on sale, I'm buying it.
Hell yeah, me too.
I am buying that series. There was another show around that time called Nightman.
Sounds familiar, but I don't
Not
think
to
I
be
ever watched it.
confused with Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it was called Nightman. I had a Nightman toy too,
Oh shit.
but it was a live action TV series. It was based on the Nightman comic book by Malibu Comics, and yeah, it was pretty good. At least when I was a kid, I watched it. It was pretty good. Maybe I'll watch it today and I'll be like, "What the fuck was that?" But that was my shit.
Speaking of
Nightman on Fox. Look,
canceled,
the Extreme knows what I'm talking about.
Champions of the Sun. What was that?
Cleopatra. I didn't watch Cleopatra 2525, but I knew of it. And Gina Torres was in that show too. Those were all like Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi had like the TV shows on lock back then. When it
Yeah,
came
I
to
did.
syndication, he did that one with Bruce Campbell. It was called the it's like a cowboy, but it was sci-fi as well.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. That was great.
Yeah, Briscoe County,
Yes.
Briscoe County Jr.
Yep.
with him and Sho'nuff from the
Yes.
Last Dragon. Oh, that's a show. When you told me like a show that got canceled and you're pissed off, that was one of the shows that popped in my head. It was like, yeah, man, The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. was kind of lit, and then it just
Yep.
like disappeared. But
D Extreme says Becker and Just Shoot Me were great sitcoms that should have never gotten canceled.
Just Shoot Me went on for a long time, didn't it?
I thought it did.
There was a show on Fox called The Loop. I really liked that. That one got canceled. Um, What was
Gina
that?
says Spin City.
What was that? Spin City got canceled after. Well, it lasted a little bit after Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What was the one? Um, this one was by Kevin Smith, man. Where he was a demon hunter.
No idea.
Fuck, it was hot. It was hot when it came out. Like it really was big. And then it got. I remember reading upon it recently, and you could actually watch this somewhere. I forgot where. I just gotta remember the name. And it's funny because it stars the same guy from the Loop. So then I could just look up the Loop. Star the same fucking kid. All right. So Brett Harrison. All right. Click on you, motherfucker. All right, Brett Harrison. What other shows did you do? Come on. Come on, Brett Harrison. You son of a bitch. He was in Grounded for Life. Yeah, he was the idiot in that show. Okay, the Loop, the OC. He was in the OC. The Reaper. There it is.
Leaper. Yeah.
Reaper. That one was big when
Leaper or
it came out.
Reaper?
Reaper.
Reaper. Okay. I'd never
Yeah.
watched that.
Yeah, that one was big when it came out. The first season was huge, and then something happened that affected the second season, and then it just got
Went
canceled.
away. That's fucky.
Of course, the CW canceled the show near the end of the second season.
D Extreme says about the live action Tick that got canceled. That show is fucking amazing.
Oh, the Amazon one. Are we talking
No,
about the
not
Fox or the Amazon one?
the Fox one, the one that
Because
was only like
both.
6 episodes. Yeah, both of them got canceled as fuck, but the one on Fox was awesome.
But did you
And
see
you
the
can
Amazon one?
No, I saw the first episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like it.
What? Nah, man. The Amazon one was lit. I'll say it. Amazon one was lit. That shit was really, really good. It had a really good story, and I was in it, and then it got canceled.
Just like everything.
Even the Jean Claude Van Damme series got canceled. That shit was good.
Well, before we wrap up, another thing, speaking of cancellations, is cancel culture. I wanted to touch on that before we wrap up, because it's just like the biggest form of cyberbullying.
Let's not go into that department because they're gonna come after me one day. I know it. I know it. It's gonna go somewhere around there. Like this man made fun of rape.
Sure did.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'm surprised that you haven't gotten shipped before, because a lot of the My Way humor is really over the top and is like no holds bar kind of comedy.
But at the time, no one gave a shit. They if they didn't. I mean, there were people that didn't like it. Clearly, I know. I know
Right.
there was people. They told me they didn't like it. They thought it was too much or whatever stuff like that. But they didn't. They didn't do anything like that. Plus, also, I'm not a celebrity, so it doesn't give a fuck. What they're gonna do to me? I'm nobody. But yeah, I feel you on the cancel culture because here's the thing, right? Like, you should be judged for something you did now.
But you shouldn't have your whole life ruined because of it.
Yeah, you shouldn't
So
be judged for something
that's
you did
ridiculous.
before.
Like,
And what does matter is how you show that you learned and matured from it, kind of shit.
yeah,
You know?
you grew up from it. Like, especially with people that get canceled for saying something racist. It's like, well, educate them of why that's bad and where they could go from there instead of just ruining their lives. Like Roseanne. I thought what she said was funny. Personally, I could see where people could get mad and say it was racist. She was making an observation, and they said what she said was right, and they ruined her whole life. They took her TV show away. She had to sell it to the studio so that she could get her name off of it, and she's not really doing shit after that. And there's a lot of people that are like that, where they get canceled by our society, and their just lives are just torn apart. And that's not the right way to go about something that somebody said or something that they did. We need to teach these people so they learn and grow, like you said.
You know, it reminds me that Black Mirror kind of predicted all this.
Really?
Yeah, it was an episode where everybody has something implanted in them.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like actual live action Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And you can quote unquote unfriend somebody, and from your vision you just they're just a shadow, you know, like blurred. They're just blurred and you can't hear them.
Hmm.
So this guy, I forgot what the story is, and this is like complete spoiler. So when you get to this episode, everybody or anybody who has watched this Black Mirror is completely spoiled. This guy did something. I forgot what it was. Whatever the show led to at the finale, he's
Hmm.
completely, let's say, canceled from everybody. Everybody, not just the people he know, everybody. But he can't see them and they don't see him. So
Hmm.
he literally living through the world, just looking at all these people and can't hear them, and he's trying to call out to them, and they're just like, for and they pay him no mind. So when they see him, they just see a blur or whatever the image is, and they can't hear him either. So he's completely alone,
Wow.
alone. Which I never thought about it. Kind of represents what shortly years later after that came out of people being canceled
Hmm.
in a way, you know? Like that's what happens. Like that's it. You're done. You're cut off from everybody and
Yeah.
everybody's cut off from you. It's crazy
I,
because this show Black Mirror is like the, you know, our kind of Twilight Zone kind of shit, you know, our
yeah.
outer limits kind of stuff. And they always say that sci-fi is pretty much a depiction of society and what can be in the future,
Hmm.
you know? And here's a show that's saying like, look, this is what happens and it's happening kind of in a way. Not
Yeah.
technically how they did it, which is really fucked up. But yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely like a narrative on how things are now. And especially like you get a lot of it from leftist people that are supposed to be more open and um, they seem to be the biggest of like cancellation kind of people. And it's really sad because like if you listen to like stuff the Dalai Lama says about educating and bringing people into the light, they're not doing that.
mm-mm.
They're just ruining people's lives.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. There's a lot of people that I really, I guess it's two 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 paths to this because there's some people that do deserve it. I'm gonna be honest, but then there's most don't. You know, um,
I mean,
and the
like,
thing is
if
like if even if you like have some feeling for them, then you're being judged because of it. You know?
yeah, especially if you look at people like Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that guy deserves to have his life fucking
Yes.
ruined.
Yes.
What he did was monstrous, and he went on to do it for many, many years. Like him,
Yes.
people like Bill Cosby, fuck them
Yes.
up their ass,
Yes.
because they're beyond a point of saving. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the end, I think people just want justice for people's actions. Like if you look at these Karen videos that we've talked about before that you see on the internet, they're doing shitty things, but I think we could try to teach them why they shouldn't act like that, opposed to just ruining their lives or putting them on the spot. Putting them on the spot is like a public execution.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But you want to see them suffer. That's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing too. Is like just just let them be. Just fuck them. Just fuck them and let them be. Like whatever. You know.
Mm.
Because karma's gonna get everybody eventually.
Yeah.
Karma's gonna get everybody eventually. And you know, some people deserve it. Like we said, Harvey Weinstein. If you see a Karen who's just like god awful, then I guess she deserves it. But for the most part, just let them be in this whatever, man, and go on your own way because Those people are out there, but we can't let them affect our lives.
No, you can't. And a lot of times and stuff like that, people just need to mind their own fucking business.
Yeah,
But in those times where there is like a Karen or a Ken that goes out of their way to be a horrible person, I'm more grateful for the people that stop them or get in the way and be like, you need to stop.
exactly.
Those people are the true heroes.
Yeah, and we shouldn't. It's hard. It's hard to cancel people because nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes. You know.
Mr. MJ85 says cancel culture makes people that those do that who do wrong are guilty until proven innocent. Yes, and that's really damaging on a society to have a mindset like that, that you're guilty until proven innocent. And we could have a whole other show about stuff like that, like the judicial system and stuff like that. But especially with cancel culture, you're definitely guilty until proven innocent. And even if you are proven innocent, there's not like a redaction. They're not going to come back and say, "Oh, we're sorry for ruining your life." They're just going to be like, "Well, fuck you," and then move to the next victim.
Mm. I mean, in that same topic, we could be talking about the Johnny Depp case. But that could be for next time.
Yeah, I can't believe Amber Heard shit in his bed. That's just disgusting.
I mean, that's why we, and it's fucked up because it shouldn't affect it, but I feel like it has to be done because a statement needs to be made, and it sucks because Jason Momoa shouldn't fucking feel the wrath of this. Aquaman 2 is gonna be affected by this.
Yeah, it is. And the ratings are probably going to be shit, and they're not going to make another Aquaman movie. It's going to be bad because even before this trial came out, people were saying recast her, please recast her, or just
Yep,
get rid of the character completely.
yep,
And DC like double backed and was like, no, we're not going to do that. And so
nope,
now this movie that keeps getting pushed back is probably going to be a huge failure.
yep. And then at the same time, Ezra Miller is out there slapping the shit out of bitches in Australia.
Hawaii.
Oh, sorry, Hawaii. Hey, probably Australia too. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. He could just, it's like right there, right across the ocean.
Man, I
Just fly
love
over
all
there, slap a bitch, come back to Hawaii, slap another one.
I love all the memes. Like I feel bad for Ezra Miller. I hope he gets some kind of help.
He needs
But
help.
the memes that are coming out because of him are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It
If the
is.
worst thing that could happen is you become a meme, then I think that's justice.
And the internet is a funny place.
It is.
I
I've
love the internet.
I've been seeing so many Amber Heard memes. It's fucking great.
Mm. Anything with being shattered. I like what Mr. MJ said there. Heard on a turd.
That's her name now. Heard on a turd.
Ah, shit.
One of my
Yeah.
favorites was the album cover. If you've ever listened to the band Typo Negative, their first album is called Origin of the Feces, and they took out the album art and put Amber Heard's face.
Beautiful.
Totally
Beautiful.
deserving of that.
Beautiful. I don't, I guess I mean I say I don't know how anyone can deal with that for so long, but I can get it because she, you're in a state where it's like she's treating him like shit, but I would look like the bad guy if anything happened because she can, you know, turn it
Play
back
the
around on me.
victim.
Yeah, play the
Yeah,
victim. So
and
I
she
get
tried
that.
to. Johnny Depp was saying something like she pretended to have a broken nose by putting nail polish on her nose to make it look broken. And everybody was like, that didn't happen. Like, you're making that shit up. Nobody believed her.
But what makes, I don't know, I don't get it, man. It's like what makes someone go into that mindset of
Being toxic. I think
mm,
some people are just like that naturally. They probably were spoiled growing up, or they were the ones that got like left behind. It's gotta be like one or the other. They were either like a spoiled brat or they were like the black sheep of the family, and either one of them can grow up and be toxic like that. Yeah, narcissistic. That's what Gina said.
And right now, I wish I had a button and then it just plays fucking Britney Spears. You're toxic. See, I need to really upgrade my stuff. That would have been the perfect time. Oh shit! I didn't mean to press that. Anyways, it's garbage day, everybody.
Garbage day, toxic people.
And the garbage is Amber Heard. I don't understand how someone could be like that. But in this sense of her, is she cancel worthy?
Yes.
There you go.
And I hate to say that because I'm all about redemption and those kind of things. But I think the type of person she is, she's only going to learn from being canceled.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And even then, are you ever going to want to see her in anything again? No. And if you know anything about Hollywood, Hollywood is relentless. If you fuck up real bad, you're unredeemable.
she'll learn if it really affects her job, and that's why nothing's happened because she hasn't been affected. You know, it has been Johnny Depp, and this is why he's having this this case. He's being affected, and he's the victim.
Yeah. Oh, Danny's here. What's up, Danny?
What's up, Danny? Damn, you come at the last minute, dog. We have really, truly extended our time, but we've been going at it, and you know, you guys deserve it. We have a good number of people here. We haven't done this much. It's Monday nights, but we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon because your boy gotta get some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how much you love the set. I love these lights. It's just fucking just I need a disco ball in the background
You
and
do.
Acid exposure.
really get the party started.
You need lasers and shit.
I do need lasers. Speaking of that, man, there was this meme going around for a little bit. I remember I saw it on like Twitter, and it would just be like, "Yo, I got owned in Call of Duty," and then I go to this boy's Twitch stream, and then it shows this kid, and he's just like partying, and there's pyro behind him and laser lights, and he's getting down in his room. This is legit. This is legit someone's stream. He's like from overseas. I don't know where, somewhere in Europe. And like I guess every time he kind of like win or something, he gets turned up and he got pyro in his room.
Oh my
Just
god.
fire coming out, laser lights everywhere. And he's getting down playing some fucking EDM tracks and it's fucking hilarious. And then that's when I realized I'm not even like I'm still in the basement. I'm not even on that top level yet, man. Like I don't got
You're a,
pyro.
you're a noob.
I'm fucking like why am I even bothering? Like I would never get to that level right now. I shouldn't even be here.
Nope.
It's the truth. I shouldn't even be here. I need pyro or something, you know? I need to press
And
a
lasers.
button and cats just get launched in the air and shit, you know?
Confetti and money.
Exactly. That's what the fuck I need. I need to get turned up. I need a piano and start playing random music. But
Yes.
I don't know how to play the piano, so it's gonna sound very, very horrible.
But tell people where they can find us.
Oh, where can you find us? You can find us at machineroompodcast.com. Everything you need to know, where to see us, where to hear us is all there. Machineroompodcast.com. You can also follow me and Rachel on our individual Twitters. You can follow me at Nastradamus. That's Naztradamix. I know it's a lot, but it's very simple. And you can follow Rachel at Hammer of Venus. I ain't got to spell that out. It's so easy. It's like you can picture the letters as I say it.
Yes.
Hammer of Venus. And then you can follow our Twitter though at Real Machine Room. That's right. Follow us there. That's our YouTube as well, where you can watch these shows again. Or if you follow us on Twitch, you can watch our shows again there as well. And our Facebook, Real Machine Room. Just know it's not the fake machine room, it's
It's
the
the real
real
one.
fucking machine room. We love that you're here. It's on the screen. I know it's on the screen. That's what I'm looking at. But for our listeners out there who listen to us on the toilet, and I hope you weren't on the toilet for an hour and 45 minutes.
Your butt sleep.
Yes, your butt's asleep. You're going to get hemorrhoids or something.
And I'm sorry if I look jittery. I really have to pee, so we're trying to wrap this up.
She really got to pee. And now that she mentioned it, I really have to pee too. I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys are the shit. I love you all. I'm Nostradamus. That's Hammer of Venus. And this has been the Machine Room Podcast. You're free to get out of here and go do whatever the fuck you want. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Goodbye. Hasta luego. That's right, Machine Room Podcast has been brought to you by a live studio audience that don't exist, starring Xavier Nazar, Rachel Dunn, and music by that person. You can find us here and email us there and Twitter there and all this other bullshit. You know where to go. Anyway, thank you and good night.